You spoke about emails.
Yep.
So we do this when I present this workshop. I do this here now as well. If you are not showing up on social media right now, if you're not posting at least 3, if not 5 times, if not 7 times per week, if you're not active on the stories, if you have no purpose around what you post, if you've never used a lead magnet, if you have nothing, just enjoy the next 25 minutes of the podcast.
Think of what could be.
Just enjoy it. Just like go, okay, so that's what... Yeah. I'm going to refer to us as the big dogs, but that's what the big players are doing.
Gives you an understanding of the matrix.
Yes. And to be very clear, I built my full-time online business just doing what we just said.
Yep.
Doing that, 20 to 40 DMs per week, spoken stories 4 times a week, call to action 3 times a week.
Yep. We built 5 coaches booked out.
Exactly.
Doing just that.
Yeah. Well over 100 clients. In the team, not including ours.
Online only as well.
Yeah. So you can still be successful just doing that.
Yeah.
The goal is now, what we're stepping into here is like, we're still going to do the DMs because we have the ability to handle volume. But everyone's goal is to not have to. It's like, I want to do less outreach. Everyone wants to do less outreach. So adding these next few layers will slow down your need for outreach.
Oh.
Go.
I disagree.
Go.
Outreach is the fastest way to get... Well...
I agree.
It's like, it just opens up another avenue to show people, nurture people, educate people, and encourage them to act.
Yep.
So it's not that it necessarily,
doesn't replace it for sure.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean you can't still go all in on the DMs. It just gives you another opportunity to like I said, nurture and educate.
Yeah. So I think the goal is if you have other lead sources and you know your retention rates and you know your required sales per month, you could get that from a good organic system.
Absolutely.
With less outreach.
Yeah, of course.
And it means you just have to DM all your new followers and interact with people rather than sit down and go, I have to send 40 DMs this week.
Yeah, I know there's people who would listen to that and just be like, so I'll just go get an email list and I don't have to speak to anyone anymore. Well, it's like, that's not true.
That's the ultimate goal, but that would just be not capitalizing. Because you're still going to need to interact with people.
It's just such a unique scenario that would take years anyway.
I agree. Yeah.
Most of the people that are listening to this, they fucking need clients and they need income now.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, you got to speak to people.
Yeah.
It's just the best way to do it.
Yeah. So even with the resource, with my challenge, I reckon 50% of the people that signed up, I DM'd about it.
Yeah.
And then the other 50%, those people, another 30%, those people told them.
Yeah.
So that first DM wasn't sent, 5 people didn't come off the back of that person.
Yeah.
DM still 100% drove that whole thing.
Yeah.
I just think it'll allow you to less of the go follow a bunch of pages, which you need to do. If you need clients, you have to do that. You have to interact with people.
Email's a good long-term play.
Agreed. Yeah.
So it's like you got immediate plays.
Yeah.
And you got the long-term plays. You put them together.
Yeah.
Say run a business, man.
So the goal for us, we've obviously in the last 2 months really driven things.
Yep.
But we've stayed pretty stable just with general interaction on social media. Because we were able to build the brand, build the authority, build the network of clients and showcase our abilities enough that we had enough people coming to us to sustain our business. Doing all what I'm about to explain, so it's not just emails, the entire ecosystem allows you to build that authority level that people will come to you. We then needed to grow the business, and we're going to grow every element of the business. So the first thing that picked back up was all those basics.
Yep.
Back in the conversations, back in the DDMs. How do we have conversations with people? How do we maximize every possible element and make it all compound on top of itself?
Yeah.
Okay, so emails. How do we go about? So we're starting to accumulate an email list. Everyone's got one because they've got old clients.
Yeah.
You've got email addresses. You just haven't put them into a list yet.
Yeah.
And you haven't actively sought out those emails.
Yeah.
Where would you start with an email campaign?
As in platform?
Oh, yeah, that's a good start. So we use MailerLite.
Yeah. So you need to find a platform that help you use that, unless you got like a CRM or something already.
Yeah. Which, if this is new, you probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be the first thing. You need to have a place where you can create the emails and have the automations and all that set up.
Mm-hmm.
And then
initial strategy, you're just taking the topics from the lead magnet, right?
Yeah. 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 So are we talking like once they've acquired the lead magnet, there's post opt-in automations? So, or are we talking about cultivating an email list?
Correct. This is what we need to unpack. So emails are multi-layered. So I'm doing the emails for this campaign this afternoon.
Yeah.
What that looks like is I have 4 weeks of weekly newsletter-based emails that are essentially, the goal is there's a call to action to sign up for the workshop.
Yeah.
Give some value at the end. Hey, there's a workshop coming. Off you go. That's weekly.
Yeah.
Some people do more often than that. You can just have a weekly newsletter. Like, you want an email going out every single week. Just us for the rest of the day. Then there's what happens when someone registers.
Yeah.
So this time, for the first time, I've got an email sequence that happens before the workshop.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll get a series of emails before you get there.
Yeah.
Then there'll be another series of emails that happens afterwards. If it's a PDF, you just want a follow-up series.
Yes.
So front end would be, so pre-opt-in. Your goal is to get them to opt-in. So you're just using the same topic of that week one, that email goes out. So then the topic of the first part of the resource, that whole week's of social media content, and your emails all in the same theme. Again, when you talk about authority, that sticks with people. So if you're talking about, I don't fucking know, creating content. If you put out 4 pieces of content about how to create better content and email about it, then it's like, okay, this is, that person does that.
Yeah.
And they're going to be who I think of in this situation now. Post opt-in, this time around, our goal is to get that 30-minute call to happen. So we get a chance to kind of show what we can do one-on-one instead of the workshop, and potentially have people come in to Standout. We'll have an incentive for them to join Standout before the workshop even happens. And they'll still obviously get the workshop. And then afterwards is anyone who didn't come through that funnel. It's like, okay, let's nurture them again and get them in.
Yeah.
So the emails in between are just like, the goal is the reminder to make sure they get to the workshop.
Yeah.
And it's just more value. Afterwards, this is who we are, this is what we've done, these are the results we've gotten. Don't forget. Get your scarcity in terms of how many incentives are available to get into Standout with whatever it is we choose to give away. Anything else on emails? What's your plan with the... So you said you're trying to get an email list.
Yeah. So email list, and then it'll be something of value, then reminders to the giveaway, announcement of the giveaway, and then say like a kind of post announcement secondary offer for the people that didn't win.
Yeah.
With an amount and a time frame.
Yeah.
That they have to act upon.
Yeah.
To take advantage of it. And then it's using that list for a campaign in the future, which it will be able to have direct contact to, because it's like anyone who jumps on that list, like they want to transform their physique.
Yeah.
So then this is going to campaign down the road that I've got set up that's directly targeted at those people. So we have that list already. So
yeah,
can just go all in on that and everyone else. So that's the plan.
Yep. So then, next stage, which I think if we had our time again, listening to our mentors as well, I don't know. Would you